Hi there and welcome back to another PES Spotlight. Today we have our CEO, Cree here, and we're just going to run through a couple of questions and just discuss through really where PES started, where it came from in Dale's mind, and where it's kind of been through that journey for him.
Yeah, so on day one of PES, what were your thoughts or what were your hopes and your fears? Did you have any fears coming into it? And what were your plans and ideas moving forward from there?
We had some concerns. I've been involved in the industry for about 30 years, and approximately 15 years ago I started working independently as a consultant, and it was the customers that we were working with that drove a request for more resource from us, for us to take more control, for us to deliver. It was the customer that set our primary strategy, our primary objective, and the desire for us to provide greater breadth of services.
So if any of those thoughts from the start, from that very starting point of PES, have they changed? How have they become ingrained in PES, or have they at all? Have they differed? Have they swayed from what they initially were?
Yeah, they've become more constructed. They've been better planned. Yeah. The customers still drive what we do, and the greatest demand from the customer was a higher level of quality. And they wanted the flexibility and scalability for small business. They wanted the interaction and communication and the closeness of a small business, but they wanted the experience and expertise of a large organisation. And that's what we've tried to do at PES. We've focused on quality, we've focused on the diversity of people. So we have business analysts, we have chartered accountants and fellows of the Institute, we have technical people at a configuration scripting level, and we have deep dive technical people who can pull scripts apart, can develop in lots of languages and lots of different environments. And that breadth gives us a level of control and delivery that customers have been crying out for.
Yeah. I suppose that's one of the main things about us also sticking by NetSuite currently. Up until now, NetSuite has been one of our sole software, obviously, so it's been a real advantage in focusing on one.
Yeah, the Solus environment that we do focus on, what we do, we make available to many other platforms, but because we have a Solus that we focus on for most of our work, it means that we've got depth rather than breadth in what we do. So, we took a decision early on that we could have became, a partner for many different products, but then we are diluting the amount of time people can study, research, develop, understand, support. We have depth in what we do. We have depth, we have experience, we have skill sets across what we do, and that's really what we want to continue to do.
So as the company's evolved and you've went through that process, what have been your highlights in that?
There's been many. I remember very clearly moving out of our home and into our first premises. That was a huge highlight for us. Moving to the premises we have now and growing again, having our own front door because our premises was part of a working building with other occupants. Small things like having a front door, having a reception that we were inviting people into our environment and not sharing with other people, that was a huge step. But getting the blend and mix and seeing the development of both our staff coming on board, where we have very senior people, we have very senior financial accounting people mixing every day with guys just fresh out of university, finishing their IT development, and they're mixing their experience and their expertise. They're mixing their well-founded understanding of business and their enthusiasm to do things new and different. And to see that mix at lunchtime, that's heartening. It's quite exciting. And when our customers are here, to see the customers grow with that, and to see the customers react to that, and to see the customers benefit from that's very heartening. So that blend between the experience, the professional understanding and awareness of business with the youth and the enthusiasm and the skill sets and the qualifications, mixed with opening that to our customers, which we do for our customers to get benefit, it's just where I wanted the company to be.
Yeah, I suppose it's interesting as well how different departments bounce off and work together with each other, especially even when I think of ourselves in marketing, working so closely with the IT guys and the R&D guys and what they do. I suppose that's maybe not a common thing in a lot of businesses, with that collaboration between departments and that, us chipping in with them in places where we necessarily don't have to, but similarly they do the same and vice versa.
Yeah, there's many diagrams that show what an organisation should look like. There's many diagrams out there that say, it goes from marketing to sales to operations to delivery to fulfilment to finance. And we don't work like that. We work around a hub of being PES, and all of the spokes for that hub are connected and they interact with each other. So as you say, everything from the R&D guys doing face recognition and wikis built into NetSuite and having our sign-in and our management for our rooms, having extensions to Agile within the programs, having a visualization across NetSuite. The marketing guys were involved with that regarding packaging that, making it available to customers, adding production names to it, put in a brochure and information around it on our website. So it's very interactive. You've been here, I've been here on our hack nights.
Yeah.
When there's a massive mix of skill sets, youth and experience, all in together. It seems to be, as long as we've got Coke and pizza for them, that everybody's happy to have a bite to eat and a drink and get work done. Yeah. And it's heartwarming. It's drives enthusiasm, and it bonds us together. We are a team. We don't have departments. We are a team.
Collaborative.
Yeah. Very much so.
So I guess leading on from that, after being involved in leadership teams and businesses before at quite a high level, and now being the CEO of your own company, what can you advise other people in a similar position, or other people wanting to go in a similar direction? What can you offer them? What words of wisdom can you give to say, this is what you should think of?
There's lots of things in there. We judge ourselves based on traditional words that we use. So people say, oh, the politics and business. We perceive politics as being a bad thing. You need to break that down to politics and business is really about people trying to do what's best and get their opinion forward. So don't worry about there being politics. Don't play politics. I've tried very hard, and the staff have worked with me here in opening up to honesty, and a willingness to receive information, a willingness to collaborate and work together, a willingness to not take things personally. But it really is all about making sure the leadership is honest about what we do, and there's no. I hope there's no definition mark between the leadership and the staff and the employees or the associates, where we want to talk to them. It's about respect and honesty. You get that honesty inbred into the communication of what we're saying to each other about what we believe, what we're doing. If you allow people to open up and come inside the different departments to see how things actually work and add their opinion, as long as there's respect that opinion is received correctly, it's utilised correctly, but the respect of there are experts within their positions, so listen to why we do things and why we work in the way we do and what's being done. That all comes together in an environment where leadership with every single person in the organisation thrives. So honesty and respect, get those two foundations right within your organisation. Communication becomes easier, delivery becomes easier, management of the customer becomes easier. So, good communication is probably the next one down the line, but with honesty and respect, good communication with your customers, with your suppliers, within your own teams, it becomes so much easier.
So how's your journey with PES changed you? Have you noticed yourself grow in any way? Is there any way you can pinpoint and say exactly, this is where I've learned, and this is where I will say I have changed, and PES has helped me?
Yeah, probably lots of ways. I think the one that stands out for me, and I'm not too sure, I think it was Richard Branson mentioned the fact of in one of his books that the most important people to business isn't the customer. And that's where I was 7, 8 years ago. Get the customer values right, get the customer delivery right, make sure the customer's happy. And you start to realise one of the things that I think it was in it said, it's the most important people are the people in your business, the associates, the people you work with. Because you're not going to get good customer service, you're not going to get good delivery, you're not going to get commitment, and you're not going to get expertise and professionalism if you don't have the right people in your business. So the most important people for PES are the staff of PES. And that's changed from me believing that I'm totally customer centric and customer focused to no, I need to be my people centric and my people focused. And the people within PES need to be the centre of what we're doing, because if we get that right, the customers will get a good experience and a good service. So that's definitely changed for me. It's something I'm very aware that's changed for me. Hopefully I'm more approachable. I've been told in past years that I'm not always the easiest person to talk to if I'm demanding or wanting something. I like things done yesterday. I like to be able to change my mind the day before, and I like people to have a glass wall to look at what I expect from the week before. And I'm aware of that my drive is to keep going forward and not frustrate some people. So I've tried to make myself more approachable. I've tried to be more considerate of other people's demands and more respectful of other people's skill sets and what they can bring. I've had to let go of a lot and push responsibilities down, which I've got feedback and believe that I do. But the most important one is actually that people part. or understanding your people are the core of your business, and that's what makes you special, different. It makes the experience for the customer good, positive, and it's the core of what we deliver and do.
Yeah, brilliant. So hopefully after that we can actually look into that crystal ball and have this finished last week.
That would be excellent. If that's what it was meant to be.
Brilliant. Yeah, thank you very much for your time.
Not a problem.
And hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully that gives you an insight into what Dale, our CEO here at PES, does and where he's came from, and a bit of an insight into the company's background. So thanks very much for watching again. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and we'll hopefully talk to you next week.